Ashley was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Railway City for lunch?" And I said, "Okay, I'm already in the car."
Here we go.
Alrighty.
Thanks for giving me the okay. Thanks.
I thought you were going to take a pause and then start. I didn't know.
This is, by the way, it's a podcast. It's us. It's Due to Underwhelming Demand with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. If you have ever said the phrase, "It is what it is," you are basically describing this podcast. So if you've ever...
And that
you
doesn't
get what you get,
mean
and you don't get upset.
anything.
I know it doesn't mean anything, which is
true.
exactly why it perfectly describes our podcast.
We don't mean anything either.
Yeah, which I can't
Wow.
believe, but is brought to you by a fine sponsor, Intuition Nutrition.
Yes, welcome back, Intuition Nutrition. Jenna Zyka is a registered dietitian. She's not a nutritionist. She's a dietitian. She's legit. And she helps you.
She's very legit.
She's very legit.
Too legit to quit.
Yeah. She does virtual and in-person, individual or group nutrition counseling for all ages. She does group workshops. She'll do workplace wellness workshops if you want, a workplace, somebody to come to your workplace and talk about that kind of thing.
You do a couple session, which is
you can do a couple sessions.
Yes. Yeah,
She's got a great session coming up for moms, which is amazing. This is a virtual session. It's 1 hour, 2 days, 1 hour each. The first session is July 11th. Second one is July 18th from 10:30 to 11:30. It's virtual. You can be in your pajamas. You can turn your camera off. You can take care of your kids because it's all for moms. She does a lot of anti-diet culture messaging, and she doesn't want you to be in the diet culture. She wants you to just learn how to nourish yourself with food, learn more about intuitive eating, listen to your body, finding food freedom, eating all foods without shame or guilt. Yes, even the treats sometimes, right? And so she's doing virtual sessions, and this is called Nurturing a Positive Relationship with Food, the Mama Edition, coming up in July.
And if you have health insurance or benefits from your work, because she's a registered dietitian, her services are often covered. So it's actually, for all intents and purposes, free.
And this is only $100. It's only $100 for the 2 sessions total, which is amazing. So you can check out her website, intuitionnutrition.ca. Go to services if you're interested in that workshop. It's right at the bottom of the page, and you can sign up there. Or if you're interested in just, checking her out for an individual session, couple session, whatever you want. She runs different workshops sometimes too. Intuitionnutrition.ca. You can look her up on Facebook, Instagram. She's all over the place.
You should do that. Do it. All right, I would like to talk a little further about the rite of passage, which is happening in my home right now with a...
Wow, it's like one after another with you.
Yeah.
It's all
still
happening.
prom?
No, prom's over. Prom's over.
Okay.
And after prom is over.
Okay.
We won't discuss either of those. We'll just keep on.
Boy.
We'll keep right on
boy.
moving.
Have you been told you're not allowed to discuss either of those?
Maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
No.
So we won't. The final rite of passage that you go through when you're in grade 12 is commencement.
Yes. But don't you do that in the fall?
Well, that's
Isn't
what
that
I
like
thought.
Thanksgiving weekend? Everyone
That's what I
comes
did.
back and has another out of control party that will get posted about on St. Thomas happenings. Isn't that what you do?
Did you go to your commencement? Either one of you?
Yep.
You did.
course,
yeah.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Forman, would you you already had moved to London? Correct?
Yeah, I moved from Carleton Place to London, and then I probably took the train back, which is quite a way because that's near Ottawa. And so went there for the Thanksgiving weekend. And I think it would have been the Friday night of the Thanksgiving, and you have the ceremony.
Okay,
and then you again go out to a field and screw around. And
really
cause chaos.
I didn't know that. By the way, Carleton Place sounds like that guy from The Fresh Prince, isn't that?
Carlton
isn't that his
Banks.
Carleton.
Oh, I was close. Yeah. Okay, I was
not
close.
Unusual.
That's right. And Rachel, did you go to your commencement?
Yeah, mine was in I feel like ours was in November or something, but maybe it was
Okay.
around
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I don't know. But
Yeah.
everybody came back, and it was. I always wondered why it was in the fall. I thought, why didn't we all do this in June when we're all here and people
I
haven't
don't even
moved
recall
away
getting
for
a
school?
yearbook for my last year of high school until
no?
that ceremony, and then you tried to get people to sign it while you were there because
Oh,
you were
wow.
leaving in 2 days.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I graduated high school a little earlier than both of you.
How much
Yeah,
earlier?
a lot earlier. and as I recall, so I moved immediately. I went to I didn't move anywhere. I stayed in London, went to Fanshawe, and I think I got invited to commencement, and I'm like, I'm not going to that. I didn't.
You
why
didn't
would I
go to
Of course you
anything.
didn't.
No, why would I go back to my high school in October? Why would I do that? I'm out of there.
To graduate.
I'm not coming back. So I always felt
I'm surprised you're still on the record for even attending. Like somebody in
I'm
the
there.
office
Yeah.
at Westminster
No, I'm
must
there.
see the name Dave Collins. He didn't go here.
Yeah, he
Scratch
did.
that.
yeah,
He
did.
never
That's what-
showed up to anything.
I did. I
Like he
showed
doesn't
up.
participate in life.
There's zero proof
He
you
doesn't
ever
go to
attended
any-
that
No,
school.
Yeah.
Yes,
went to
exactly.
class.
I don't know how they know.
I went to class. How do you
Okay.
think I got so smart?
That's our point.
Yeah. Anyway, I did not go back because I just went, I'm not going back. It's the same with Fanshawe. When I got my diploma at Fanshawe, and there were 3 people in my class that got a diploma, and I was one of them.
3?
They wanted
3
me
graduated?
Yes.
Well, it wasn't. I mean,
used to be
radio
more
was just
strict, too.
invented. No one was sure of the
Didn't-
technology.
Maybe
yet.
nobody knew how to
Didn't
do
know.
it. I don't know.
They
Anyway,
used to
I
weed
did.
people out at that program. Now
They-
everybody graduates.
Everybody Well, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I did. I graduated, but I didn't go to commencement because, again, why would I go back there?
You didn't
it
even go to the Fanshawe graduation?
No, I had no intention of going back there. It just, to me, it felt like I always like to move forward.
can't.
I'm not going
Uh-huh.
back. I don't want to go
Mhm.
back. I'm not
Mhm.
going back to high school after I've been out for 3, 4,
You're
5
not going
months.
backward. It's going to celebrate what you've done. You've learned
Anyway.
all this stuff. Anyway, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Not
Well,
convincing
God,
you.
talk about beat. I don't even want to beat this horse anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you know my position on horses.
Yes, I do. So here's the thing. This is why I
Against
thought
animal abuse, though.
if they had
That's
held
true.
my
Yes,
if they had held my commencement in June, I would have gone. Why
Okay.
wouldn't I? I was still in
All right.
school. So I like the fact that they hold it in June now and they don't ask you to come back because people could be all over the place. I mean,
Yeah,
anyway.
which I
Yeah.
always thought was weird.
But you come back
Okay.
for the party. That's the point.
No, there's no party. I'm not coming back for a
Not
party.
for Dave, there's no
No,
party.
not a party. There's no.
He's
party.
not going to a party.
Not that party. I'm not going to. Anyway,
Which party
so
would you go to? There's no
name
other
one.
party.
There's
There's
one
lots
party
party
you want to attend.
Yeah.
no, there's lots
Ever.
of parties that I would go to, but commencement isn't one of them. Sorry.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you would call that a party. Anyway, because I
I
went.
watching the video. Everybody knows the look on Rachel and my face.
Well, I went to the commencement
whole
event. So they at
Okay.
Charlotte School. They
Mhm.
had they did it at Centennial Hall
Okay.
last Friday.
Fancy.
So I know, pretty fancy. And so we went, and all I can say about commencement is because my daughter didn't win anything, and that's fine. I'm not expecting her to win any special awards or anything. But I'm grateful that my last name begins with C. That's all I can say about going to commencement, because you don't have to stay when
Yeah,
the
you
D's
left
come
in the
out.
middle.
Yes, of course. In the middle. I left
begin-
in
you
the
left-
first third.
As
I left
soon
in
as
the
she
fir-
crossed the stage, did she leave with you?
No, she stayed and had a nice
Mhm.
time.
you didn't even make it to the D's, did you?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, but I'm so grateful that I'm a C. And
Were you
so
sitting in the
afterwards-
back so you could sneak out?
Rachel, what do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Would you, when you go to your kids, are you planning to stay for the whole thing?
I didn't consider leaving early, actually.
No.
So, yeah, I was
Same.
like, oh, well, we're here. So,
And were you
I
sitting
don't
in
know.
the back, or were you literally standing against the back wall
Well, at
beside the
first-
door? So you just
At
boom,
first
out.
we were at the back
Oh.
wall,
Yeah,
but then we
yeah.
found a couple of seats. So
did your
we-
daughter
there,
feel
though.
supported when you just bailed, like, right out? Like, well, that's all I came to see.
Well, that's of course that she should feel absolutely supported.
Okay.
I'm not, why
all
would
right.
I be there
Good.
to support anybody else?
I went all the way downtown
That's
to
so dumb.
Centennial
Yeah.
Hall for
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah,
there's-
exactly.
It's a Friday night.
If
I got
if
things to
Dave
do.
can leave early, he will leave early.
You don't have
Exactly.
anything to do on a Friday night.
Yes, I
Don't
do.
even.
I got things to do. And
Okay.
so then after it was all over and we had a discussion on the weekend, now we're planning, we're trying to plan ahead for our future. And so I believe my daughter, at this point, she's not exactly sure what she wants to take. She is going back for a second for what do they call it? OAC?
Victory lap.
A victory lap, whatever.
Yeah.
So she is going back. She is on the younger end of the scale because of when her birthday is. And then her plan is to hopefully go to Western, which would be nice because it's right here. And that's what she thinks. She does not want to travel to another university. She wants to stay close to home. And here's the part where you should be careful what you teach your kids. This
Oh,
is just
boy.
a lesson from Dave.
Okay.
My wife has done a great job with Charlotte in,
Yes.
and I support her when I can, and I try to encourage when I can and do. But my wife has been tough as nails on her. Like, school's important. School is important. Do you see where you live? Do you see all the nice things that you have? Do you want all these things? Then you need a good education in order to get a good job so that you can have nice things. That has been drilled into my daughter's head since she was in grade 2.
Right.
In grade
Yes.
2.
I knew that
You want-
because we've
yes.
talked about this before, but yes.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So this has been, so now it's like, well, I'd like to go to Western because I don't want to, I don't think I would like to live away from home. And secondly, well, we're still on the, you got to get a good job. You want to live, in a nice place like you have right now. If you want to live in a good spot, you got to get a good job. You got to get a good education. Well, yeah, but I'm not planning on leaving. Well, I already have a nice home. I already have.
Why would I
already,
leave?
I already live in a nice home.
To
I
buy
already
a home
have-
like this now
Yes.
costs way
Yes,
more than
exactly.
what you paid.
I already have all of this stuff.
Yes.
I'm not leaving.
No.
I'll finish school and get a job, and then
Yes.
I'll just stay here. And we're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh boy.
That's not how it works.
It's backfiring.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
This
whoa.
is not the interpretation that was intended since grade 2.
That's right. So be careful now. I'm just, because you guys are going to run into this soon.
Right.
Just telling you.
You've set the bar pretty high. And now she's realized,
Apparently.
I can't get that
Yeah,
bar without my
that's right.
parents.
That's right. Why do I
Yeah.
need that bar when I have it right here?
Exactly.
I got a
Yes.
bar. There's a bar downstairs.
Literally.
I'm good. I don't have to
I'll
go
just have my
anywhere.
friends here.
No. Happy commencement, everyone. Thank you. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that pleads, give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it.
Yeah, if it's not real, I don't want it.
What year is it?
Actually, that song, just in case, the only reason I bring that up is because I just read that song, it's the same as the, it's like the ocean under the moon or whatever it is, the same as the emotion that I get from you. 1999, it just turned 25 years old. How's that make
Gosh.
you feel? How
Very
does
old.
that make you feel?
Very old. Yeah, I don't feel good when I feel old. Thanks.
The opposite of what I was trying to feel right now. Way to bring
Uh-oh.
us all down, David, because I
Well.
have some fun news to share.
Oh, what fun
Uh-oh.
news. I'm sorry. I have to.
Yeah.
That's a great
What a
summer
downer.
song. I like that song.
Yes, it was 25 years ago.
25 years ago. Yes. You.
But maybe I'll play it on the radio station I now work at.
Oh, Forman got a job. Wow.
Does that mean you're leaving the podcast?
Not that I know of.
Okay,
okay.
good.
It's-
Well,
But
the
it
other-
does pay
yeah.
slightly better.
Yes. This isn't much of anything to leave anyway, really, when you get right down to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well, that's cool.
I have,
Where is it? What are you doing?
I have a gig. I have a job, and I would say right off the bat, before I tell you where it is and when you can listen, just know any new show. Like think of the first week of our show or the first time Colbert took over the Late Show or any new show, and they try and make a big deal of, come, listen, watch to the very first show. Something new is coming. It always sucks. So
there's growing pains.
So
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
you're preparing us
lower
with-
your
preparing us-
expectations for the first shows.
for your suckitude.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
All right.
Because
dude.
I think at the time of this recording and then at the time that this comes out, if you listen to this on this first day that this episode is available, so Tuesday, June 25th, this afternoon will be my first show on 104.7 Heart FM.
Nice.
Where's that? Where is that? I don't even know where that is.
And I may have to start with an apology for referring to the town as Canada's Florida. Woodstock!
Oh, it's in Woodstock.
Oh.
Forman.
Yes, Woodstock. My husband Jeremy, that was his first, I think that was his first radio gig, actually. He
Really?
worked there when the station first opened. Yes, he did for a
Oh,
short time.
wow. Okay.
Mhm.
And then
And then he moved
the
over to
station's been
TV.
around since
Yeah.
mid-2000s. I remember, I swear,
Mhm.
at Fanshawe, like, I did a project about this station.
Did
Chris
you?
Burns, the owner, I think, came into Fanshawe and gave a talk. I remember
Yeah,
it was a
would've been
big
around
deal
that
when it
time.
started because it was a new station, an
Yes.
independent company. It wasn't a big
Yes.
corporation.
oh, you'll love that.
It was
Yeah.
You
exciting.
love that. Yes.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
great.
Woodstock, and I get to be on from 2 till 7 in the afternoon and not 5 till
Perfect.
9 in the morning.
Well, yeah,
Yes, so you don't
that's
have
an
to get up
advantage.
early, which
No.
is
Yes.
great. Yeah, okay, good. So
Mhm.
you're the afternoon guy now.
I am. I don't have any co-hosts swaying me. I mean, I wish I had co-hosts, but I don't. I'm just
Sure.
alone.
Okay.
Sorry, that's
All
what
right.
I meant.
What kind of music are you playing? Will you play smooth for me if I call? Will you play
Probably.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's a very pop. The music of today. There's Taylor Swift. There's Adele.
oh,
There's
They
Justin
play
Bieber.
everything.
There's Kelly Clarkson. There's whatever. It's all
Yeah.
their current poppy music.
They play
Oh.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. And the people in Woodstock are very supportive of that station too, which is awesome.
It does.
So that's
it
great.
does very well in Woodstock and throughout Oxford
Oh,
County
good.
for
Well,
sure.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, it's very it
Good.
Very
We
much
can't wait to
fits-
hear you.
Yeah, it fits the mood. It fits my life. It does very well. They're really in tune with the community. I'm really excited to be there.
Mhm.
This is pretty cool. I mean,
That's
I'm-
that's a great opportunity. I'm
I
glad.
haven't-
I'm glad
I
that you
haven't done
landed
my own
somewhere
show.
in this area and you didn't have to
Yes.
move again or anything like that,
No,
right?
no,
So that's
couldn't
perfect.
move again. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I'll be on in Woodstock. I don't know. I mean, you give it a shot this week. Maybe give me a call. That would help.
Yeah, if you're
Wow.
listening to Foreman, tell him
It's
hey.
519-537-1047.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
perfect.
Okay.
Mhm.
There you
Okay.
go.
And-
I could use your help to do the show because I'm used to having 2 other people or at least 1 other person to do a show with.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's going to be
that's true.
different. That's
Okay.
yeah.
So
That's
you
gonna be
calling,
different.
you texting, being part of the show, pretending like what we talked about on this podcast will be brand new information to you when I regurgitate it again on the radio.
I think maybe I will call you. Maybe I'll call and would you stick me on the air if I call?
Of course I will.
Okay. Well, then I'm
I
calling.
guarantee you, if
I'm
you
abs-
call
Oh,
519-537-1047, I
I'm
guarantee
absolutely
you're getting on
calling.
the air.
I'm
Do they put
absolutely-
callers on the air there? They put
Yeah.
people
Well,
on the
I
air all
will.
the time?
Hi.
Okay.
Hey, is this what are you calling yourself, by the way?
Well, I'm going to have to be Foreman.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're not going to
hey,
come up with a new name.
hey, forearm.
Forearm, yeah.
Can you play smooth for me? It's 25 years old. Come on. Forearm.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
In
Do
the
you,
database?
do you have that one?
You got that
Yeah.
one there? Yeah.
How about Blinding Lights by The Weeknd?
The Weekend. Well, he definitely has that
Okay,
one.
most people, I guarantee, you will get on the air.
Okay.
Maybe not Dave.
If you're going to
Well,
call
I'm
and be an asshole, then
I'm getting on the air. Don't you worry. I'll get on the air eventually. I'm on the air eventually.
you got to disguise your
I,
voice.
I know how to do it. I know exactly how to get on the air because we know that. We know how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Do,
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's true.
I know what I need to say to get on the air. You don't have to know it's me.
You know
That's
it's not
true.
live. You also know that, right? Like I can while
know.
a song
Sure.
like Smooth plays, I would take your call, then edit it, and in whatever I feel like
Keep
airing,
playing
I
that
get
song.
to do that.
Keep playing that. Play that every day.
Play it
at this
again.
time.
Play it
I
again.
missed it. Play it again.
Yeah.
2 times in a row.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to you, and every time you play like "Hello" by Adele, which I hope you don't, but if you do,
Probably.
I'm calling and saying right after you play it, I'm calling and going, "Hi, can you play "Hello" by Adele?"
We just played it.
Always one
Oh.
of my favorite calls.
Yeah.
Hey,
This
You
is
know.
why I
No,
warn you
I'm
that.
going to call and ask if you know what time
Right.
it's going to start raining. That's what I'm going to ask you.
what
That's what
time
I'm
do
gonna-
the what
What
What time
do-
are the fireworks?
Yeah, when are the
time do
Canada Day fireworks
What
starting?
time do the
Yeah.
fireworks start?
What time do the fireworks? Just, when's that? When the sun goes
Dark.
down.
Do
Nobody
you
knows.
know it? Okay, our favorite questions in radio. Do you know what
Yeah.
time the fireworks start? Yeah.
What
This is
time
why
does
I
it start
say-
raining?
What
Yeah.
time's it gonna
Don't have a lot of
rain?
faith in the first week for sure. And you'll know when you hear me on the air not talking to Dave on the phone, but I still sound annoyed. You know I just did talk to him off the air.
Yeah.
But it's his fault,
Congrats.
not mine.
Congratulations, Foreman.
Forearm, yeah.
on your
Forearm.
Thank you for trying to sabotage it right off the bat.
Hey, can you play Save a Horse? Horse?
No, we don't. No.
Can you play that for me?
Can't wait to hear you.
This is due to underwhelming demand. We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This is the podcast that's like the Canada Day long weekend. Rachel, not everyone gets it.
Everybody
But when-
actually does get that one because it's Canada Day. It's like Christmas.
But when do the fireworks start?
You just won't.
What time are the
Okay.
fireworks?
All right. When's the next
Fine.
holiday?
Um,
Okay. Anyway, sure.
Okay, well, we're all talking about life-changing experiences and things that are
yes.
happening in your life, or your
Yes.
daughter's
Ye-
life, Forman's new
yes.
job. I too had a life-changing experience recently.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yes, I know.
What happened?
Is it good or bad? Because your recent life-changing experiences
Good.
Yeah,
have not
it
been
was-
all that pleasant.
Yeah. it was
No,
very
the other one
unpleasant.
with Jeremy was not pleasant at
Yeah.
all. No, a
No.
little
In
traumatic.
all
this-
seriousness.
Is this
Yeah.
more pleasant?
Yes, this one's a lot more pleasant. Yeah, this
Oh,
one
good.
good.
happened
good,
to
good.
me, and
Okay,
I
good.
went to a murder mystery party.
Oh, for
Oh, jeez. What? What? That's not a life-changing experience.
did.
Trust me.
No,
it's
so
not.
fun.
No, it's
We
not.
had
No,
there's
it's
some-
not.
If
Yeah,
I
that's
go on Heart FM and I say, coming up in 6 minutes, I'm going to tell you about my life-changing experience, and then I say it was going to a murder mystery,
Click.
every
Click.
office would
Click.
stop listening.
Yes.
We're done.
We are
This
done.
guy's awful.
I
Why
had
did they
to-
bring him on?
I got to
You
find
guys are
somebody
talking
playing
about big
smooth.
things.
Where,
All
how
of-
do I get out of this?
Okay, give it up with the song. Like that's enough. Smooth. So I am. There's a bunch of us girls that hang out, moms that we all hang out, and with husbands sometimes. But this was a girls' night, so one of the girls said, "Hey,
Lucky
if-"
them. Did they have a boys' night?
No, they all took care
Oh.
of the children.
So
that we didn't bring.
so
they
this
stayed home.
was so. Oh, okay. So because there's
Jeremy
a part of
didn't
me like, hasn't he been through enough, Rachel? You didn't drag him to him.
No, I didn't drag him to him.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Although he's learned to live now, so he would have gone.
Uh-huh.
So so one of the
What does that
moms.
mean?
Well, he's like, well, you got to celebrate living.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Um,
Time to start living. Let's sign up for all the murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Listen, I actually think you guys would enjoy this. and
No,
I
I-
think you'd be good at it.
No, I think we wouldn't.
I
think you
think you
forgot who
would.
we are.
You
I
forget
think
who-
I think you would be good at it. It
Uh-huh.
requires a little bit of acting, improv, a little bit
See?
of theatrics, right? I think you would be okay with that.
Who do you
I
think
think
we
this is
It's
are?
like a
Yeah.
game of Clue,
I
isn't
think you
it?
could do that. Yeah, basically, yes. It basically
Yes.
is. So one of my friends said, "Hey, if I have a murder mystery, will you be into that?" Immediately I said, "Yes, of course I am."
Okay. Yes, because
Yes,
you're the
I'm
one that
into
jumps into a conga line.
I start the conga line
Oh,
if
yeah,
I can.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
amazing. Everybody
That's why
needs
she
a
asked you
party.
first.
Let's go. So she said to everybody in a group chat. And so we all were like, yeah, we'll come. And so she's like, all right, well, here, I'll send you your characters ahead of time because everybody is assigned a character, right? And then you go to the party. The way this one works, sometimes you already know who has the character that has died. And then, but it's like a fake person that nobody's playing. And then the rest of you have to figure it out. But in this one of us dies in the middle of the party. And we don't know which one of us is going to die. So, and then we all have to figure out who killed that person.
Oh, my.
What? That's so fun.
Isn't it?
Okay. So I get
Where's
my character, and my character's name was Skylar Hancock. Now, Skylar could have been a boy or a girl. So in the character description, it just said they. So you could pick boy or girl. But it was kind of a gruff pilot, rough around the edges. I drink a lot of scotch. I've killed 3 bears, and I'm a private pilot. I'm a pilot. And I always wear a leather bomber jacket and et cetera, et cetera.
So someone very similar to who you are in real life.
Yes, it's very similar to me. So I thought, well, this
should have just named that character Rachel.
That's right.
Yeah, so I thought, I'm going to be a man.
Can't keep her away from the scotch.
That.
No.
Right. Yes,
the bears don't stand a chance.
The bears don't stand a chance. I'm in the woods
right.
with the bears. I kill them with my bare hands.
With your hands, yeah.
Yeah. No.
The ham hands take care of them all.
The ham hands.
Big ham hands.
My hands are ham
No.
hands? Okay.
No.
Anyway,
No.
so
the characters.
The character's
okay.
hands.
Shut up for me.
Well, how big are his hands? Does it tell you in the description?
Doesn't tell me, but he has killed bears.
Does he have ham hands? That's a good question.
I think he might.
Do they look like they've been inflated or not?
Yeah, I mean, he's a drinker, so he's probably inflamed his body.
So he has King Charles hands.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
No, I don't think he's as old as King Charles. No,
So they're
I
not
don't think
bright
he was.
red.
No. No, bright red ham hands. So anyway, so I decided I'm going to be a man. I'm going to put my hair up and then do like a little stubble on my face. So I tried to do the stubble and it didn't work. So I didn't have this stubble, but I did dress up as a man. So I found a hat. My kids had a police officer costume. So I found the hat for it and put like some wings on the front so that it looked like a pilot's hat instead. Jeremy had a flask. I got a little Nerf gun that we had for the bears, And then and I said, I need a jacket. I need some kind of jacket. So Jeremy goes into the closet and he's like, how about this one? Brand new like bomber jacket somehow is in our closet with tags on. I'm like, where did we get this jacket? He's like, I don't know. I think maybe your dad gave it to me. I have no idea. I'm like, all right, well, it's perfect. So I wore that. Anyway, I was all outfitted, ready to go. And then everybody else had their characters, right? And so they were all playing women. So my next door neighbor, she was involved and she was a gangster. So she wore like her husband's suit and a hat, like a very Peaky Blinders type hat, and had a gun. And anyway, everybody was like, we like did this well. We were dressed up like our characters and we all showed up and I was very gruff. I tried to be in character the whole time. And there was another girl, she was like a flapper because it was a 1920s kind of speakeasy type of vibe. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway, so it ended up, guess who was killed?
You?
I hope
my neighbor.
No,
was
you
killed.
did the murdering because you murder bears.
Dude, you got great big ham hands.
Well, and the murderer was me. I was the murderer.
What was the weapon? Your hands?
Did you know you were the
No,
murderer?
I don't know. No, I didn't know I was the murderer.
Oh.
We all had to go through these clues that presented
How
themselves.
absent-minded, ham-handed
Yeah,
murderer.
how could you not know you're the murderer?
I didn't know I was the murderer because you have to go and figure it out. So in the middle of the party, the hostess is kind of she like keeps things moving, but she didn't read ahead to know who the murderer was. But she did know who was going to be killed. So she kind of took everybody aside to see, like, tell them whether you live or die. And then she said to my neighbor, you die. So immediately she just like falls on the floor. She's dead. We're like, oh, okay, she dies. And then all this evidence appears, right? So we have to read through this evidence and it's a whole mystery. It is like Clue. And then we all like discuss who do you think the murderer is? I'm like, I actually kind of think it's me. And it was me. Anyway, when I'm getting ready, Julia, my daughter, who does a lot of theater, is very into this. Like, my kids were so into helping me get it ready. They're like, Mom, you need this. You need to do this. What's your character? What do you? So they're very into it. And then she actually went to a sleepover that night. And she said, Mom, you have to text me as soon as you know who's killed and who the murderer is. And so I texted her. I said, Julia, you won't believe it. Heather was killed and I'm the murderer. And that just really floored her. You guys don't.
No.
We're not 11.
No. We're not.
Okay. Anyway, this was a fun night, so it was a lot of good fun. And now Julia wants to do the same for her birthday party.
Oh, great. So you get to do it again.
Yeah, a different one. We'll find another one. Okay.
Well, I
All
can't
right.
wait.
Well, I guess I should tell a different audience this.
I
Know
can't,
your
I can't
audience.
wait.
Theater
I can't wait
101.
I can't wait to hear about the next murder mystery.
Okay.
Close
Well,
eye.
it was fun.
Rachel, don't call the radio station this week, okay?
Yeah.
You don't want me to talk about that?
Hey, forearm. Can you play smooth?
Just don't have the time.
Oh my God.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you this week by Intuition Nutrition. We appreciate their support. Please support them, intuitionnutrition.ca.
Yes, she has a new workshop coming up, intuitive eating for moms. It's only 2 1-hour sessions for $100, and it's virtual.
Can't beat it.
Yep.
Can't beat it.
July 11th and 18th.
There you
And
go.
if you have benefits, it's probably already covered.
There you go.
Exactly.
there you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
And if you're interested in sponsoring this high-quality podcast, well, then get a hold of us, Dave Rachel Forman at gmail.com.
Because you know how many people are listening? I can officially say right now at the time of this recording, all-time downloads, 100,000!
Oh, we've surpassed it already. That's amazing.
How about us?
Wow.
How
I'm so
about
proud
us?
of us. The
Aren't
little
we?
podcast that could. That's so cute. That's so nice. Wow.
Yeah. And there's a few
100,000.
other remaining suggestions on how we should be celebrating this absolute milestone.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Aaron says, I think a live show on a weekend at a brewery would be fantastic.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, that may be difficult. You'd have to find a brewery that would want us. That's
Right.
problem number one.
And a
but
bunch
sure.
of equipment.
Forest.
Sure.
Forest.
For-
Graham suggests perhaps a day on the trails horseback riding. I know that'd be near the top of Foreman's list.
Yes.
That's a
you.
great
I think
idea.
Forman would probably
Yes.
love that.
I would think we should do that. That's even better than a brewery on a horse.
Thank you so much, Graham. I don't know what's worse, being on a horse
I know
or
where
being
we
at
could
Costco.
find a horse in Carlton Place.
Costco or a horse. Ride a horse through
Costco.
Costco. That would be fun.
Rachel, you read some of Lori's email from last week. It was a very long email, very kind, very complimentary email because Lori has
Yes.
just discovered that we have a podcast in general.
Yeah.
And so she's catching up and gets to hear everybody that's ever sponsored this podcast. All your messages are still there. That's the kind of service we provide if you would
Mhm.
like to advertise starting now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But some of the stuff in that email that you didn't relay, which I still thought was very nice and worth passing along to everyone, is Lori saying that she instantly texted, and I'll talk as her, I instantly texted my daughter in Toronto to tell her I found you guys. She was still at home when every morning she would tolerate your morning show, but when you guys signed off, my earbuds needed to go in. And she works part-time at the same company, also remotely, and it didn't take long for her to find her laughing right along. And sometimes I need to fill in a backstory, but she was hooked. So that was nice to know.
Oh, great.
Wow, that's nice to know.
Well, I'm
Then
glad
she
she
says,
likes
now-
us too.
Yeah. Now, this has been in my mind for years. I think I broke my ankle and was off for a bit, so I must have missed it. Please explain why Forman is banned from Fireball.
Yeah.
OMG, I can hear Dave laughing now. I must know. I've been carrying this burden long enough.
Okay. Fireball.
You have to ask Foreman's wife why he's
Foreman's
banned.
wife, Ashley,
It wasn't
is
us
the
that
one.
banned him.
No,
No.
not at all. I would give Fireball to Foreman any opportunity I could.
I think one of the last evenings I had with Fireball was just Dave and I together when it was
yes,
free.
Yes, and it was
At-
free.
At some event.
Yes, It was a
that in
party
London
after
at
the.
a CMA event.
It was
CCMAs?
it was after the CCMA awards on a
Yeah.
Sunday night, and they were passing around free Fireball. I was like, "Oh,
Right.
Foreman's going to be a treat tomorrow."
I think we had to work
morning."
the next morning too.
We sure did. We couldn't find Foreman at one point.
Oh
could we?
yeah, I forgot.
I was on the
about
couch downstairs at the radio station.
that. Right, we were texting and calling. He wouldn't answer, and then all
I
of a
already
sudden
knew enough.
he emerges.
I
From
can't
the
show up home like that.
Yes, Fireball.
Mhm.
That's
You
what
slept
it
at
does.
the
What year
radio
was that?
station.
2016?
I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
so. So was
something
that
like
long
that.
ago?
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was because I was pregnant and I went home because
The
I
short story is
couldn't
Foreman loves Fireball, but Fireball doesn't love Foreman.
That's it.
right.
That's how that
Yes,
works.
Fire-
Okay. That's the
Foreman
short
loves
story.
Fireball.
Yes,
Poor
he
Foreman.
does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
To avoid getting in trouble yet again for the same shit, I'm not going to say anything more about it.
I'm going to call you at your
Okay.
new job. Hey, are you forearm? Want to go for some Fireball?
You try it.
Yeah.
Calling. I'm calling.
You give it
Okay.
a try.
I'm calling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm calling.
Sherry sent us a message because a few weeks ago we had good idea, bad idea, and it was about the pre-stained jeans that make it look like you peed your pants.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid.
So
This
Sherry had
So
the.
stupid.
We
She
had a
says
lot of
that
comments
here's,
on that.
and those were $800, and they sold out right away. So she says,
Yeah.
"Here's your $800 fashion idea: shirts with pit stains. Nothing says I don't give AF like pit stains.
True.
5% royalty on every sale, please."
That's true. Nothing does say I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You can totally do that. Yeah.
Mm.
We have a okay,
Yeah.
Foreman. Last time you talked about your couch update, which I was uncomfortable with.
Yes,
Anyway.
very.
Mhm.
Yes.
So somebody has asked which company you purchased it from because they had a similar experience. Julie says we had a similar experience, which was less than pleasant.
It was Ashley Furniture, no relation.
No relation to your wife. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you're not the only one, it seems.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
That's
was
right.
definitely Ashley Furniture. And then because of us
Did you
having
post a
100,000
video about my cup and say what kind of big dumb cup are you rocking?
I know he did. I don't know why. He did.
I just saw that now.
That's a good one. You should all check out Dave Rachel Foreman on Instagram or
Mhm.
TikTok
Yeah.
or Facebook.
Oh my
Foreman
God.
tends to post things that we don't know he's posting.
Well, then you know what? Starting this week, I should say, I'm gonna have a lot less time to make those.
No, I
Dave's in charge of socials after
Yeah,
that.
I'm throwing the
Sure.
ball back over there
Oh.
somewhere.
Mhm.
But we do have, you asked, Rachel, you made up a very nice graphic about podcast statistics. We're in
Yeah.
the top 10% of all podcast downloads.
Yes. Crazy,
and you asked
right?
people, are there other podcasts you listen to?
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just
H1
curious what people like.
Cigars has commented, you mean there's another podcast out there? No way. Ride or Die with DRF.
Oh, thanks. That's so
That's very nice. That's
Thank
right.
you. Well, we did
Anne
have-
also says the same thing, but relatively the same thing. So it says, yours is the only one. I got bored with any other I've tried.
Oh, wow. Look at
Oh,
that.
interesting.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Dave
Thank you
says
to
Humble and Fred, which
Oh.
I think he's told us before.
Okay.
Humble and Fred.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty popular.
Is that what they're doing now, too? Okay.
another
must
former
be.
radio show doing a podcast.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Lisa says, anytime we have a road trip from Yarmouth to Halifax, we listen to you guys as well
Oh.
as Dateline.
That's very different.
Yes.
Very different from us.
Very
Yeah.
different.
Mhm.
That was my whole teenage years growing up. Every Friday night, we'd watch 2020 and Dateline.
Oh,
Back
I
when
thought,
it wasn't always crime.
I thought you were driving from Dartmouth to whatever it was.
No,
I didn't
no.
Yarmouth to Halifax.
Watched my fair share of 2020 with Barbara Walters.
Which you're kind of like outside civilization, a lot of that civilization, a lot of that drive. So
Mm.
Right.
listening
It's a lot
to
of
Dateline,
trees.
and if it's nighttime, that would be a little bit creepy.
That is
honestly,
kind of creepy. You're
on that
right.
drive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dan says Smartless, Club Random, Toronto Mic'd, 32 Thoughts, Bob McCowan, and Craig Needles for Local Talk.
Oh, wow. That's
Okay,
a lot.
yeah.
There's a lot. That's a lot of
large
podcasts.
spread,
Good for
yeah.
you. That's a
Sure.
lot.
Sherry says Dr. Laura's Call of the Day podcast.
Dr.
Monday
Laura's
to
still
Friday. This
around.
lady will keep you on your toes. Dr. Laura.
Wow. I remember listening to Dr. Laura on some AM station. Might
Yes,
have been CJBK.
It was CJBK. Yes.
for a
Dr.
year
Laura.
before I worked there. For
Yeah, Dr. Laura.
years.
And
We
I think she
listen
was
all
on
the time.
satellite for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and now I
she
guess she
was.
has a podcast.
Sure. A few people actually said the Jan Arden podcast. That's a good one too. A friend of mine works on that with her, so that's very cool.
Okay.
Lots of people, lots of different podcasts. So yeah, thanks for listening to ours too.
Lori, I don't know. We'll read the 3 that you listen to, and I don't know if it requires us to have an opinion or not. But Lori says, Megyn Kelly, The Ramsey Show, and Glenn Beck.
Okay.
Those are podcasts, all right.
Yep.
Those exist.
Yeah. Well,
you can listen to them.
It's your choice. Sure. That's your choice.
Thank you for including us in that.
Thank you for including.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Interesting grouping
I'm
of podcasts.
surprised you included us.
Yeah,
with
I'm
that.
surprised we're there, but we're happy to
But
be there
I'm
anyway.
happy that you're listening. Thank you very
That's
much.
Try out Intuition Nutrition.